So let's talk about money, the bold compensation plan of XANGO, creating more millionaires than ever before. With amazing bonuses that we have in our worldwide global compensation plan. It is a volume-driven plan. What does that mean? Volume versus structure. Structure would mean, for me to be a 20K, I have to have 3 people who hold the title 5K. The title 5K would be somebody who has 3 people they sponsor that hold the title 1K, and so on. So it's a structure. So I'd have to have people who have certain volumes and certain legs. By the way, nothing wrong with structure. See, any new person getting started is going to build structure because you're starting off and you're going to be sharing this opportunity with people. And as people come in, they want to be successful. You want to help them be successful. So you will be sponsoring people who will hit 1K and then 5K and then 20K. But see, the really great thing about a volume-driven plan is eventually someday the majority of people in life, 65% of people will move on from their current career, profession, company, whatever they're doing today. Within 3 to 5 years, they'll be doing something else. That's the society we live in. We just get tired, we get bored, we move on. We want to start something new. They call it the mother syndrome, when a mother has this new baby and everything in her life is devoted to that baby, and you get the baby, the toddler, about preschool time. It's like the mom starts getting a little bored and thinking about, hey, maybe I want to have another baby. Well, the really wonderful thing about this volume-driven plan is if some of our babies move on, they still have volume. If I have a leader who comes in and brings in 20, 30, 40, 50,000, 100,000 in volume on their team, and in 3 to 5 years they decide they want to start a new business or do something different, it's okay because 80% of all people who ever come into our company, whether they came in for the product or the opportunity, stay loyal to our products because they are truly life-changing products that they will never quit using. So if I have somebody who brings in 100,000 in volume, in 3 to 5 years they decide they want to do something else, and then maybe they don't keep their structure, but all those happy customers are still there. There's still all that volume, and I'm still qualified. All I'm doing is building teams and helping them create volume. That volume can be created with customers. I could sponsor a health club or a gym that just sells our Pro line to their customers. They might not ever even sponsor anyone, but they buy the products and they sell them at retail to their clients, and that's still volume for me. That's still somebody I sponsored who has volume every single month. So it doesn't matter. It's really amazing. These lifestyle bonuses, like a car bonus, starting with developing a team with just 10,000 in volume and going up from there, are 9-level unilevel. 9-level unilevel. Just compare to some of the other stuff out there. 6 levels, 7 levels, average. 8, pretty darn good. 9, almost unheard of. But those companies that pay out on deeper levels, usually it's 1% or 2. 5%. We have our 2% on the first level, which is the right one because that's my own efforts. The people I sponsor and then I place on my front line, which might be 3, 4, 5, 10, 15 people, 20 people maybe years down the road. But as those people bring in their own teams of 3 to 5 who are bringing in their own teams, down on that 9th level could be 20,000 people, 5%, pretty amazing. Our rank advancement bonuses starting at the 20K position, our accelerated rank advancement bonus if you do it in certain time frames, allowing people to get on a 4-year game plan if they want to go to the top, or a 2-year game plan, or a 1-year game plan, depending on what level they want to hit. Those global bonus pools, the ability to share in all the volume in the world, our customer global bonus pool and our leadership bonus pool. And nothing beats free where distributors and customers can actually qualify and earn free products just for recommending our products to other people. We have trips and incentives, contests all the time. Many ways to make money, but our dynamic compression gives us what's called, it's like an infinity bonus. If you've ever looked at a company, they say, oh, we have an infinity bonus. Companies that have infinity bonuses generally are only paid to the top leaders. In our company, for example, a premier or above. But this dynamic compression, because it's about you being a higher title than a person below you, gives you the ability to earn the equivalent of an infinity bonus from 1Ks and up. Every level, if you're one rank ahead of somebody on your team, you're earning dynamic compression to infinity on their team. 50-50 partners in the company because of this 50% actuarial payout. That makes us partners and not competitors. This is key. See, most companies have an up to or as much as the potential of earning whatever. They're counting on your failure. They're counting on that 32%. And so if too many people in their company start qualifying for that 40, 50% of the pay, and that number goes up, and all of a sudden they're actually paying 33 or 34 or 35, it affects their bottom dollar. And they start finding ways to make that money up. The most common way is to change the compensation plan. You know, XANGO, after 11 and a half years, they never touched their comp plan. And the only time they did it after 11 and a half years was at the request, almost the demand, of XANGO Nation worldwide, because they launched a brand new division called XALO with the volume-driven plan. People loved that volume-driven plan so much that they started focusing all their efforts just on our XALO division. And, of course, our entire product catalog are amazing, life-changing products. So they aligned them. They brought the XALO division and all of the divisions in XANGO into one plan, giving us that volume-driven plan. The first and only compensation plan change that was changed to make it better and easier and more powerful for us. See, other companies will change their comp plan to make it harder, so that what you were once qualified for, you're no longer qualified for, so that that number, as they're paying out 33, 34, 35%, goes back down to like 22, 23, and people have to rebuild and start over again, and it can cause some disgruntled distributors. We don't play those games. We're partners with our company. How we split up our 50% is up to us. They don't make any more or any less, whether we're successful or not. Completely up to us. Very exciting. So let's just talk about the journey of a distributor. Let's say you start off as a customer first. I start most people off as a customer simply because most people, when I sponsor a new person, says to me, I want to try the products first and see if they work. I could never sell anything I don't believe in, so I'm going to try them first. Well, if you want to kick the tires and try them first, great, be a customer. Be a customer. And if you're a customer, I'm going to help you, if you say you want to build the business, qualify for free products. I'm going to help you share the products with other people that you know. And if you get 3 or more customers who buy a case of juice, you can get a case of juice for free every month. If you get 3 or more customers who buy a box of Ageless, you can get a box of Ageless free every month. We have a lot of products to choose from, so we also have the way for you to qualify for any product based on sharing any product. So 3 or more customers who do $500 a month or more with customer volume qualifies us for a lot of products in the catalog, a variety, skincare, personal care, weight loss, a lot of different products. To maximize the free products, it's 1,000 or more in customer volume, and then that maximizes those free products. And so I get a whole catalog, a couple $100 worth of products. Now, I usually start new people off as a customer, and if they can do this, I know they can build the business. And so from there, I'm going to take them to the next step. But there's more rewards for our customers. In the first year, this is brand new distributors, brand new customers in the first year. Our customer loyalty program, I call it ADP Rewards, Automatic Delivery Program. You commit to that. After 3 months of getting your products every single month, they'll send you a $50 product voucher. 3 more months go by, a $100 product voucher. And after a year, another $100 product voucher plus 2 event tickets to the next big event, which could be a life-changing event for you. And we even have an ADP booster program for people who had customers that maybe their credit cards expired or something and they're no longer receiving their monthly program. If they haven't ordered since 2013, you simply call them and tell them they get a $25 reward just for placing a new order. And then if they go on ADP and it hits next month, they get another $25. And then $50 if they hit again. And then they get put into the ADP rewards. It's very exciting. We really have tremendous loyalty with our customers, and we reward our customers. Those rank advancement bonuses, this is a 4-year game plan to hit the 500K premier position, if that's what you want. If you want to go for the top, if you want to shoot for the top, we have a 4-year game plan where you can earn a couple $100,000 in additional bonuses for hitting the various ranks, if you do it within a certain time frame. If you do 20K in 6 months and premier in 1 year, and 100K in 2 years, 200K in 3 years, 500K in 4. But what if it takes you longer? You know, whether you're the tortoise or the hare, it doesn't matter. If it takes you 10 years to get to 20K, you still get a rank advancement bonus. No matter how long it takes you, there are rank advancement bonuses. But if you do it within a certain time frames, they're significantly higher. So tremendous bonuses. At 20K, $3,000, 5 if you do it within 6 months. At Premier, the dream trip for 2, $3,000 cash to spend on that trip if you do it within a year. $10,000 at 100K. But if you do it within 2 years, it's more than double. It's $25,000. 200K, it's $25,000. Or if you do it within 3 years, it's $50,000. 500K, $50,000 if it took you 20 years to do it. There's no time limit on that. But if you do it in 4 years, it's $100,000. Pretty amazing. We have incentive trips always. The next trip is called Zalo 1, and it takes place December 7th through 14th on the open seas in an amazing cruise ship where qualified people will get a balcony suite and first-class accommodations, flights there and back, a night in a hotel room, just an amazing experience, the trips that XANGO does. So let's just look at how does it work. You are going to build a team. This is a volume-based team-building plan. You're going to sponsor people. Some you're going to place on your front line. Some you might place under other distributors. So what does that mean? When you bring a new distributor in, you can personally sponsor them, and they'll meet your personally sponsored qualifications. We need 3 to 5 personally sponsored people that hit various volume levels in order to help us promote. We also have what's called a placement requirement, which many people, most people, when they're new, will sponsor everyone and place them on their front line. But eventually, as we're building and we're trying to get to these volumes, and there's a lot of people that have different plans, team-building plans. There's some leaders and some organizations that tell everybody to build 5 legs, and then everybody else you sponsor, put underneath one of those 5. And of course, I say, only if they're sponsoring themselves, match energy with energy. If somebody's not sponsoring other people, don't do that. But whatever the strategy is, it doesn't matter, because you can sponsor a new person and place them underneath one of your existing distributors. And it counts as a new sponsored leg for you, but in one of your existing placement legs. There's some teams that are building 3. 3 is the most common that I've seen in all the leaders, that they say sponsor 3 people front line and then put everyone else under them. So I might sponsor 5, 10, 15, 20 people, but I may place them underneath one of those existing 3. So I'm building 3 different placement legs, but I might have 10 or 20 sponsored legs. So this is kind of exciting, because if we all did that, then you might get members placed on your team. And so all we're going to look at as we go through these qualifications is we have to worry about our own personal volume, 100 to 300 to maximize everything. Our personal group volume, that's all the volume on our team, including all of our customers and even including our own personal order, all of our distributors and all of their customers and distributors down infinite levels. And then the legs that we've sponsored, we have to look at their group volume. And the legs that are placed underneath of us, we look at that volume. So we're going to go through and look at all those for a moment, but let's talk about a couple of the bonuses. The Power Start bonus is what we get paid on the first order of a brand new distributor. If I was to sponsor you brand new today as a distributor in the company, whatever your first order is, I'm going to get a 25% bonus, and I'm going to get paid next week. And all I have to do to qualify for that is $100 a month. Now, I could also earn a second level power start. Or in other words, all of my distributors, when they sponsor a new distributor, they get that first level, 25%. I could get 15%, again, paid weekly, as long as I'm on 200 ADP. Our Customer Connect program, I get 15% on all of my customers, personally sponsored customers. I just need to do 100 a month to get that. But if I'm on 200 a month, I can also get paid on all the customers down through 5 levels. So I can get 3% on all the customers on my second, third, fourth, fifth level. And if I'm on 300 a month, I can actually get paid all the way down to 9 levels, or 2% more on all the customers in level 6 through 9. And that's the most, by the way, to maximize all of this. So if you were to sponsor a new customer, and you'd be earning 15% every time they placed an order, this is an ongoing weekly pay. All the customers, down through 9 levels, you get paid weekly, which many people are earning a few hundred or even a few $1,000s a week extra in addition to their monthly residual income. So this is powerful because when you have a customer, let's say you help them get their 3 people, now they want to upgrade to a distributor, then you get 25% on that first order because it's the first distributor order. And then we go into our unilevel compensation plan. Now, I'm going to talk about all the qualifications for this unilevel comp plan because this is a training, and so I want you to understand what it would take to hit these different positions. So first of all, we have one requirement, and that's our personal ADP, our automatic delivery. And you'll notice that it's only 100 to be paid as a rep or a preferred rep or a 1K or a 5K. Starting at the 20K position up to the 500K, it's 200 a month personal. Our group volume, this is how much group volume that we have to have, all the volume on our team. That's you, your orders, your customers, your distributors, and all of the distributors and customers in your entire organization, infinite levels deep. Now we also have to look at 2 other requirements. One is personally sponsored legs. These are the legs that you've personally sponsored, and we're going to look at what their total volume is, and then our placement legs. And again, from a lot of us, our placement and sponsored legs are going to be the same, because if I'm building 3 legs, then maybe all 3 of those are my legs that are my sponsored and my placement legs. But again, if I'm in a team building program, I could personally sponsor a new distributor and place them underneath one of my existing distributors. So that would count as an existing placement leg. That would not be a new placement leg for me if I put them underneath an existing distributor. So that's going to be an existing placement leg. But it would count as a new personally sponsored leg for me. Now, what if I'm team building and somebody in my upline sponsors somebody and places them underneath me? Then I would have a new placement leg. I would have a leg to count as one of my placement legs, but they would not be one of my sponsored legs because they were my upline's sponsor. So you could have somebody who's both your sponsored and placement leg, or you could have a distributor that counts as one of your sponsored legs, but not placement because you placed them downline. Or you could have a distributor that counts as one of your placement legs, but not sponsor if it's somebody upline from you that sponsored them. So easy. In our back office, we have a little report called the downline report, and you can simply look at that and look at, there's a sponsor tree. You can look at it by sponsor tree or placement tree. And I just put one level, and I look at my sponsor tree. These are all the people I sponsored, and I can see their volume. Boom, boom, boom. This one's got 1,000, this one's got 3,000, this one's got 8,000, etc. And then I change it to placement. These are the different legs that are placed frontline to me, and I look at that volume. And so I'm going to look. Now, we have a 9-level unilevel, and here's how it pays. 2% on level 1, and 5% on levels 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now I can get 3 levels as a preferred rep. That's simply a distributor who's on ADP doing 100 a month. I get paid 4 levels of pay if I hit 1K. I get 5 levels if I'm a 5K. I get paid down 7 levels as a 20K. And premiers and above get the full 9 levels of the compensation plan. And the higher the premier you are, the bigger shares of global bonus pools you'll get. But let's look at what it takes to hit these titles. So a 1K, or titles mean how much group volume you have, has 1,000 in volume. A 5K has 5,000 in group volume. A 500K has 500,000 in group volume, and so on. Now we're going to look at the sponsored requirements and the placement. A 1K has to personally sponsor at least 3 people who do 100 a month in volume. Now it could be, and most people are doing at least 100 a month, so it could be 3 people with a 100-point order personally. But it could be that you've got a person who just buys 1 box of Limitless a month, which is just 25 points. But maybe they've referred 3 other people who buy a box of Limitless a month, and so that's a total of 100 coming from 4 different people. They could all be customers. It could be a customer who's referred other customers. But it's just that you sponsor, customer or distributor, doesn't matter. On all of these requirements, customers or distributors, but if you sponsor 3 people who have at least 100 in group volume, could be personal volume, might not be, they might not even have an order. It could be somebody under them ordering. So it's all about the group volume. 3 people that you sponsored that have 100 in group volume, doesn't matter about placement legs. Obviously you're going to have at least 1, and you get to be the 1K. Now a 5K has 5,000 in total group volume themselves, and they have 3 people that they've personally sponsored that have at least 1,000 in total group volume themselves. It doesn't matter how many legs they have or anything. It just matters that you've sponsored 3 people that have at least 1,000 in volume. And you've got 2 different placement legs that have at least 1,000 in volume. Could be 2 of the 3. Might not be. It might be all 3 of yours are in 1 leg and you've got a leg placed underneath you. Doesn't matter. It could be a customer with 1 order of 1,000 points. Or it could be a distributor with customers and or distributors under them. Doesn't matter. It's all about volume. 20K. A 20K has 20,000 in group volume. 3 people they've personally sponsored that has at least 5,000 in total group volume. And they have at least 2 different placement legs that have at least 5,000 in volume. The premier, this is getting that full 9 levels. I have 50,000 in total group volume. And 3 different legs that I personally sponsored. 2 of them have at least 20,000 in volume, and 1 has at least 5,000 in volume. And I have at least 2 different legs placed underneath me that have at least 20,000 in volume. 100K, I have 4 teams I'm working with now. 4 people I've personally sponsored. 3 of them have at least 20,000 in volume, and the 4th can have just 5,000 in volume. And I need 3 different placement legs. 2 of them has at least 20,000 in volume, and 1 with at least 5. 200K, I have 200,000 in group volume. 4 people, 4 partners I'm working with. 3 of them have at least 50,000 in volume, and 1 has at least 20. I have 3 different placement legs. 2 of them with at least 50,000 in volume, and 1 with at least 20,000. And the 500K position, 5 partners. 3 of them are different placement legs. So 5 partners, 1 has at least 200,000 in volume, 2 has at least 100,000, and 2 has at least 50,000. In my placement legs, 1 of them has at least 200,000, 1 of them has at least 100,000, and 1 of them has at least 50,000. And that's it. Now I'm at the top of the compensation plan. Now let's look at some of the other bonuses. We have that Drive Your Own Dream bonus for a 5K with at least 10,000 in volume and no more than 50% from any 1 leg. So as a 5K, of course 5Ks have to have at least 2 placement legs anyway, but you can count up to 5,000 of that volume from 1 single leg, and the rest of it can come from wherever. You get a $400 Drive Your Own Dream bonus. If you're a qualified premier, no more than 50% of your volume from 1 leg, it's $600. If you're qualified 200K, that goes up to $800. Again, this is in addition to the unilevel. Rank advancement bonuses. Now again, it's always about rewarding us for hitting the next level, hitting the next level, hitting the next level. So starting at $20K, $3,000 when we hit $20K. Do it in 6 months, it's $5,000. Premier, trip for two. An amazing first-class 5-star trip for two. Plus $3,000 cash if we do it in a year. $100K, $10,000. $25,000 if we do it in 2 years. $200K, $25,000. $50,000 if within 3 years. $500K, $50,000. $100,000 if we do it within 4 years. So this is about developing a 4-year game plan that could change your life forever and allow you to build a legacy. Now, some people are only going to want to go as high as $20K. That's significant residual income. Some will want to hit Premier, $100K, but there'll be people that want to go to the very, very top. And to give us a track to run on that rewards us with a couple $100,000 in additional bonuses while we're building an income where the average income of a $500K is 6 figures a month, definitely worth something, sacrificing 4 years of your life for. Those iBonus pools. Now, qualify for iBonus pools, also the Drive Your Own Dream. A lot of these extra bonuses require that you're on at least 200 ADP. But if you're a 1K with at least 200 ADP and you have 1,000 in I volume, you can qualify to earn a share of a 3% global bonus pool. Now, what is I volume? I volume is all of your personal volume plus all the volume of all of your personally sponsored customers and your customers' customers. All of your customer volume, including your customers' referrals, if they're focusing on nothing beats free, and so they're referring 3 or more other customers, all of that counts. And if that's ADP volume, it counts as triple the shares. So the more I volume you have, the more of that pool that you're going to get. If I have exactly 1,000 I volume, and it could be that I have my 200-point order, and I have 4 customers that have a 200-point order, or it could be 8 customers with a 100-point order, or it could be 1 customer who referred 3 other customers that all have a 100-point order plus the other volume from other customers. It doesn't matter. 1,000 total in my volume, your customer's volume, and your customer's customers all added up. So 1,000 is the minimum that lets you play and lets you get a share of this pool. The more you have, the bigger the share. If it's on ADP, it's triple the share. It's like having 3,000 in volume as far as your share of the pool goes. And it's 3%. This is a big raise. It used to be 1%. They've raised it to give 1Ks. The idea is to help you when you first get started, hit that first position. And the first thing we want to do is cover the cost of your products. Then we want to make a little bit of money and get you profitable. And then again, we want to get you to 1,000, 1,000 to 2. And we do it by helping you and rewarding so much of that first position, 1K. And then, of course, we climb to the 5K. We get a whole separate pool. And all we have to do as a 5K is have at least 2,500 in I volume. And we get to share in a 1% pool just with the 5Ks that have at least 2,500 in I volume. And there's a 20K pool. 20K pools, again, it's a 1% pool, and you just have to have 2,500 in I volume to get a share of that pool. So what's next? We hit Premier. Premiers and above get to share in the global bonus pool that's from all volume in the company worldwide by customers and distributors. And they take 3% and they set it aside for premiers and above. Now, just like the I volume pools, the more volume you have, the bigger the share. So what they do is premiers get to count all of the volume from all the distributors and all of the customers within their first 3 levels towards their share of the pool. 100Ks get to count all the volume within 6 levels, and there's way more volume in a 6-level organization than there is in a 3. 200Ks get to count all the volume in their first 9 levels. This could be $1 million worth of volume, and that's their number to calculate towards their share of the pool. It's all pro rata based on everyone gets their qualifying shares based on their volume. And then 500Ks have a whole pool all of their own. They share based on their 9 levels, of volume in the regular Premier pool, but then there's a whole separate pool where they take 2% of all the volume from new distributor orders or Power Start orders. They take 2% and put it into a pool just for the 500Ks. Now, we're in a little special promotion right now. It's called the Summer of Zalo. During the Summer of Zalo, which is June, July, and August, existing distributors in XANGO can maintain their current rank just by meeting the sponsored leg requirement and not the placement. What is your rank? You know, we had the two divisions before. So we had a Zalo division where some people came in for Zalo, they were hitting Zalo ranks, and they might be a Zalo 5K, but they might have had a lower title in XANGO. Or people that have been in XANGO for a longer had a higher XANGO rank than Zalo. Again, we're all combined. If you came in from that past and you have any confusion, your rank is the highest rank you've ever attained. Whether it's Zalo or XANGO, whatever your highest is, that's your rank. So now, to maintain that rank and to continue to get paid at that rank, during the Summer of Zalo, you don't have to meet the placement leg requirement. That's kind of fun. Let's look at the pay plan qualifications a different way and just kind of look at what the perks are. So this is just kind of an overview chart to show you what you have to do for each of these qualifications, your personal volume, your personal group volume, that team group volume, both your sponsored and your placement legs, and the incomes, the average incomes. And I'm highlighting 3 positions here because these 3 positions, generally people fall into one of these 3 categories. Many people just want to earn 4 figures a month. There's a lot of young kids, and I'm going to say kids only because I have 4 children, all between the ages of 20 and 30. So if you're between 20 and 30, I call you a kid because you're the same age as one of my kids, and I've always called all of their friends kids. So that's why I use that term. Obviously, they're young adults. Most young adults, especially the younger, 18, 19, 20, 21, are out there working, and by the time they pay their taxes and the cost of gas getting to and from work and all that, $1,000 a month is what a lot of them are taking home. So this can be a life-changing income for those young adults to get them to be able to fire their boss and all of a sudden be able to put more time and more energy into building their future, to building a legacy. 4 figures can be life-changing. It can bring a second income owner home, the mom or the dad, to be home with children. So this is actually can be a life-changing position for many people depending on your current financial situation. But 5 figures a month, people really think about that as that's a huge goal and that's life-changing. When I first saw this industry, 5 figures a month, I just thought that would be more money in the whole world. See, I was a single parent for years living on a police dispatcher income, and I was making about $3,000 a month. And I thought that was really good. I mean, that's really high income considering I have no college degree, no professional skills. I was a police dispatcher because I could get that with a high school education. So $3,000 a month. By the time they got done with taxes and all of that stuff, I was maybe got to take home and put into my bank account after paying my expenses to even have the job and gas back and forth and maintenance on my car, maybe a couple $1,000s. So for me, 5 figures, that was my first big dream, my first big goal. 5 figures will let you live in a better neighborhood so that your children can attend better schools. It'll let you buy a new car so you don't have to worry if you're driving a clunker that you don't know if it's going to break down tomorrow and you're not even going to be able to afford to pay the maintenance on your car. 5 figures let you just go to the grocery store and buy food, not worry about coupons or sell prices. It'll let you just go to the gas pump and get gas without looking at the prices and driving around. I mean, 5 figures is life-changing. Everyone knows that. But once you get there, once you get comfortable with that, all of a sudden you realize, wow, there's other positions. See, the 100K makes even more. The 200K makes even more. And then there's this lofty goal of 6 figures. Wow, wouldn't that be something? Boy, wouldn't that be something? Well, you know what? The great thing is when you understand what the potential is, you can decide what you want to do. 6 figures a month is not even twice the work of a premier, which is 5 figures a month. It's 10 times the income and not even double the work. And in the last column, the bonuses and rewards use extra perks and stuff at these levels. So 500K with 10,000 in volume, that drive your own dream bonus. 20K rank advancement bonuses start. Premier rank advancement bonuses and a higher rank or lifestyle bonus. 100K another rank advancement. 200K another rank advancement bonus plus a higher lifestyle bonus. And 500K. What does it take? What does it take to hit these different ranks? So this chart is some information that was pulled in October of 2009. Now I want to point out this was prior to our customer program. Now the reason I say that is because these numbers are going to reflect the total number of people, but with the 80-20 rule, 80% of these people were customers. So I'm giving you that number that was sponsored then, but with the 80-20 rule, significantly less. So 1K, the average 1K in October of 2009 had sponsored 15 people, but of that 15, 80% were customers. So we're really talking about 3 business partners. The average 1K had an average 3-level volume of 1,800 plus 6 levels, 3,900, 9 levels, 4,600. And the average 1K earned that month $260. The average 5K that month, 763. Again, 28 total sponsored, but really 80-20 rule, we're talking about 5 to 6. A 20K, average income over 3,000, a premier over 10, a 100K over 18,000, a 200K over 41,000, and a 500K was over 100,000. Now let's just look at the 500K, 110 people. 110 people, 80% of them were customers. So we're not talking about that many. We're talking 22 probably that said, I want to build a business. Now we have to apply the 80-20 rule again, because 80% of people who want to build the business just want to get to 1K, 5K, cover the cost of their products, maybe get to that 4-figure income where they can enjoy tax benefits, which makes it worth a lot more than that, but they can bring one of the parents home to take care of children. So of that 22, 5 business partners that were serious and wanted to build legacy income. That's what we're looking at. That'll just give you an idea and help you understand what does it take to hit those ranks so that you can establish your own goals first and game plan second. Let's look at some building strategies, 3 wide, 5 wide. Just to understand, this is what the chart looks like. In red, if you sponsor 3 people and help them sponsor 3 and help them sponsor 3, and so on, versus if you sponsored 5, who sponsored 5, who sponsored 5. Now, like I said, most of the leaders in this company, they do 3. But eventually, after they get those 3 going, then they'll do a 4th with the ultimate goal of someday having a 5th. And ultimately, this is the rest of our lives, so we can eventually have a 6th and a 7th and an 8th and so on. But let's just look at some numbers so that we can understand business duplication models so you can understand how that income is earned. If I had 3 people I sponsored on my first level and I duplicated that, then those 3 would get their own 3, so I'd have 9 people on my second. And if they all got 3, I'd have 27 on my third. Now this chart is showing the difference between a 3x3 and a 5x5, but only through 5 levels. All right, so if you built a 3x3 business and everyone is doing $100 a month, you'd have $1,806 commission coming just from those distributors. And again, we have all the in addition to bonuses to add on to it, but this is the residual side on the monthly unit level, just in 5 levels. If I was building 5 people, helping them get 5 and helping them get 5 and so on, it's over $19,000 in that 5 levels. It's like, wow, that's a big difference. But you know what? We have a 9-level unit level. And the reason why a lot of people start with 3 is obviously 3 is going to be easier to do than 4, and 4 easier to do than 5. So start with 3 because look what happens over 9 levels. Building that 3x3x3, it's over $147,000 just on your unilevel bonus, just on the people within those 9 levels, just on everybody doing $100 a month. Now, a lot of people are doing $200, $300 because you get more bonuses. And, of course, in addition to this, you're going to be hitting the higher pay levels. You're going to be qualifying for rank advancement bonuses and lifestyle bonuses, and you're going to be qualifying for shares of global bonus pools and all of that. But this is just the residual. 9 levels. This is why 9 is so powerful. Look at that 9th level alone. That 9th level alone was $98,000 of your $147,000. That's huge. Folks, our 5% on level 9 is huge. Our 5% on level 8 is huge. Right there, you're looking at 140,000 of your 147 coming from those couple of levels alone. Power of one. There's a lot of money to be made, and you've got the rest of your life to figure out how to do it. We've got all the tools and all the training to help you figure that out. But just so that you understand that any kind of effort, it has to be consistent. The power of one is about everybody doing 100 a month and sponsoring just one person a month who does 100 a month, who sponsors one person a month who does 100 a month, and we're all just in for 12 months. 12 months. So our only commitment is 100 a month for 12 months. That's 1,200 in volume. I'm going to sponsor one person a month. You know, if I go out talk to everyone I know and then eventually run out of people that I know, so now I start talking to people I run into at the grocery store, the supermarket, or the bank, or whatever. I make a list and call people from the past or whatever it is. If I just have to sponsor one person a month who gets this, who sees it, who commits to the 12-month plan, commits to a total of 1,200 in volume over 12 months, this is a no-brainer. But if you do that, at the end of the first month, you'd have one person on your team. You'd get paid on $100 in volume. But now the next month, your one gets one and you get one more, you've got 300 in volume. The next month, you have 700. The next month, you're 7, they get one, you get one more, you got 15 people, 1,500, you're finally a 1K. The next month, 3,100. Finally, month 6, you're a 5K. Month 7, you're a 5K lifestyle bonus qualified. Month 8, 20K. 9th month, premier. 10th, 100K. 11th, 200K. 12th, you're a 500K. Your volume would be significantly higher than that because along the way, as people are qualifying and hitting higher ranks and making more money, they're upping from the 100 to 2 or 2 to 3. So it's way over the numbers that are stated here. The point is, you can still build a legacy income, even with a little bit of work, as long as you're committed to getting your one and helping your people get their one as well. It's all about using and sharing our products consistently. And now I'm going to talk to you about this dynamic compression feature that we keep hearing about, our X factor, our reason why we've created more millionaires than the closest competition by far, 10 times the number of millionaires in 10 years with the same kind of volume. You look at the competition, 10 times the number. Why? They've all got top income earners. Everyone's got the guys at the top, but very few companies, nobody can even come close to what XANGO has, the number of people making the money. It happens because XANGO pays out 50%. Not up to or as much as, or maybe if you whatever, they're going to pay 50% out. We're going to divide that money according to our own ranks and qualifications. So if I'm a premier, I'm going to get the full 9 levels, and I'm going to get more money than if I was a 1K only getting paid on 4 levels of volume. It's simple math. But the great thing about it is whatever you're not qualified to get, you're just giving that money to someone in your upline until you're qualified to earn it. But you're not giving it to the company. And your downline, as they're climbing and working and you're helping them and you're a rank ahead of them, you're earning on the bonuses that they're not qualified to earn yet. It's incredible. So this chart, we're just going to look in an order. And we're going to follow it up and see who gets paid on it. So Ben is a new distributor. And Ben's going to place an order, 200 points. And so we're going to look at who gets paid. So we're going to follow this order up. This is how the computer looks and how the computer pays out. So the first thing the computer is going to do is they have to pay out the level 1 bonus, which is 2%. And they're going to pay that to a preferred rep or above, because a preferred rep can actually qualify to earn on 2 levels. A preferred rep is simply a person who placed a $100 order, not even on ADP. If you're on ADP, I'm sorry, that's a rep. A rep is 2 levels of pay. A preferred rep is the person who placed a $100 order, but they're on ADP, and they get 3 levels. The 1K gets 4, and so on. So we're going to look at this order. Ben, level 1 gets paid to the first person upline from Ben who's a representative or has a 100-point order, and that's Adam, and he gets 2% level 1 bonus. Now we've got to pay out level 2. That goes to a rep or above. Sarah's a preferred rep, so she's qualified. She gets it. Level 3 goes to a preferred rep or above. Gary is just a rep. So he's not qualified for a third level bonus, so he doesn't get it. But the company doesn't keep it. They keep going. Upline. Who's the first person upline who is eligible for that third level? Well, it's Bob. Bob's a 1K. 1Ks can actually get paid up to 4, so he's eligible for that third level bonus. But now we got to pay out level 4. Level 4 goes to the next person upline from Bob who's a 1K or above. So we look at Sally, but she's only preferred rep, so she's not eligible yet. So we skip Sally. The next person upline from Sally is Joe, and he is a 1K, so he gets paid on level 4. Level 5 goes to the first person above Joe who's a 5K or above. That's Kathy. Level 6 goes to the first person above Kathy who's a 20K or above. So Carol is not qualified, so it skips her and it goes to Peter. He's a premier, so he is eligible for that 6th level. Now we need the next person upline who's a 20K or above to pay level 7 to, and that's Mike. We pay 8 to the next person above Mike who's a premier or above. That's Sue. And then finally level 9, the next person above Sue who's a qualified premier above, and that's Tom. And that's how Ben's order was paid. And then, of course, there's more of his order that's getting paid out because we've got all the customer pools and all the other bonuses and stuff. But this is how the monthly unilevel was paid out on Ben. Now, using that, let's look at what this really means. This is an example of a 22-level organization. This chart shows what every single person was paid on every single order. So let's say all 22 of these people are active and have placed 100-point or above orders. It doesn't even matter what they are actually for payout. So we're going to go all the way to the bottom of this heap and look at Ann and look at Ann's order. Ann is the representative. She places an order. So here's Ann on level 22, and they're going to pay level 1 to a representative above. That's Mary. She gets the 2%. Level 2 goes to a representative also, which is Dan. He gets paid. Level 3 to a preferred rep or above. John is not qualified, skips him and finds Hal. Hal is a preferred rep. He gets paid level 3. Level 4 goes to a 1K or above, so it skips Corey and Sal and it finds Ron. Level 5 goes to a 5K or above, so it's skipping Rick and Fran and Lynn and Beth and Mick and Don and finds Liz up here, qualified 5K, so she gets paid level 5. Level 6 is going to go to a 20K or above, so it skips Carl and Skip and Hugh and Jerry and it finds Jim, who's a 20K. Level 7, going to a premier above, it finds level 7 goes to the next 20K or above. It finds Rob. He's actually a premier, but he's the next person upline eligible who's a 20K or higher, so he gets paid level 7. Then we've got to pay level 8 to a premier above Rob, which is Jen, and then we've got to pay level 9, which is going to go to Jen's first upline premier, whoever that is and wherever they are. They could be 10 more levels up, but it's going to find another premier upline, and then it's going to pay level 9 there. And we can follow Mary's order up and Dan's order and John's and Hal's and so on. So if you just follow it all the way over, you'll see on every order and look up and see where the bonuses are getting paid. So now let's look at this. This is the chart that's getting paid on what you're getting paid on your downline. This is why I say it's like an infinity bonus, because our compensation plan really, when we say a 1K gets 4 levels, the actual fact is a 1K gets a minimum of 4 levels. But you'll see in this example of Ron, he's got paid on 1, 2, 3, 4, level 4 bonus. And he got that level 4 bonus to infinity because he got it on Dan and Mary and Ann also, because he was the first person above them who was a 1K or above, the first person eligible. So really, our preferred rep, Hal, got a 4th level. It got the level 3 bonus on a person on his 4th level because there wasn't another preferred rep. He was the first one in that upline. So you can get paid the equivalent of a dynamic compression starting at the preferred rep. The 1K, you can see here, they actually got paid on 7 levels. Liz is eligible as a 5K to get paid on at least 5 levels, but she really got paid on 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 levels deep. Jim as a 20K got level 6 to infinity. Rob as a premier, he got level 7 to infinity. Jan as a premier got level 8 to infinity, and somewhere above Jan, there's another premier who got paid level 9 to infinity. This is our X factor, folks. This is why we have produced so many millionaires, because if you understand this and you continue to build your business and you help your people, but you continue to promote and advance through this compensation plan, the only way for you to lose dynamic compression is if every single person on your first level was a premier, and every single person on your second level was a premier, and every single person on your third level was a 20K or higher, and every single person on your fourth level was a 20K or higher. And if that's the case, you have got massive volume in those 9 levels to get paid on. It's our X factor. Again, we dare to compare. Dare to compare our multiple income stream opportunity with our weekly and our monthly and our customers and distributors and multiple brands and bonus pools. So many ways to make money. Our actual 50%, our X factor, it's math. The average industry is 32%. Let's say we did $100 million this month in sales. That means XANGO would have paid out $50 million in commissions to their distributors. The average company would have paid out 320, or would have paid out 320, and some of our companies would have paid out less than 20. This is our X factor. It's just math. If we pay out more, our distributors will earn more. You can earn as much as you want, but that 50% is being paid. It could be being paid to you, because we have no breakage. Less than 1% of the companies in the industry can say it. It's volume-based. So we can work with and help and build organizations and build our partners and help them get to premiers at 100Ks and 200Ks. But no matter what happens down the road to that person's title, it doesn't affect yours, because it's all about building volume. We don't have any requirements to have a frontline anything. Our volume could all come from, we could sponsor a person who sponsors a person who sponsors a person. All of a sudden that person goes to work, and that's where all the volume comes from. You can get to a 5-figure monthly income with just 3 teams. And our lifestyle bonus, 10,000 total team volume, can qualify you for that first bonus. Our PV and CV is either the same or close. On all of our flag products, like a case of juice, $120 US, 120 points. It's the same. On many of our products, some of our products, it's not exactly the same, but it's very close. Do you know there's companies out there that pay out on less than 50%? On a $100 product, they might pay commissions on just $50 worth of product. So even if they had a 50% payout, it'd be like $25 is what they'd pay. So that's huge. Our 5% on level 9, highest in the industry by far. Huge. Huge numbers of millionaires are going to be created over the next 10 years, more so than ever before, because of that 5% on level 9 alone. Our worldwide global bonus pools for customers, from starting out at the 1K and above to our global leadership pools for premiers and above, are nothing beats free and ADP rewards to just reward customers. Our dynamic compression is equivalent to infinity bonuses, but more powerful because you don't have to be a premier or above to get it. You can get it at every level of the comp plan if you're one level ahead of the person below you. Our rank advancement bonuses up to a couple $100,000 in addition to incentives, our trips, our rewards. Is a lifetime of residual opportunity available for you, and we dare you to compare with the competition.